Hey, this is Patricia with Branches, a sisterhood. Here we come in for another episode, and the topic today is going to be why do Black women get the stigma of being loud and aggressive? We hear this out here all the time, so we want to talk about that today. I have Zaria with me, and we're going to discuss this.
Hi, how you doing today?
I'm good, Zaria. How are you?
I'm good. I had a good day today. What did you do?
Oh, today was work and more work. Then I did some writing, but
It's always work, go to bed, wake up, work, go to bed, wake up.
that's life, though. It's life.
man.
It's life.
It's life. It's kind of a depressing cycle, but
Tired, but hey, we push
you
it
know
through.
what? I feel like in an adult age, people give up on hobbies. What is your hobby? When's the last time? Because, when you're younger, your mom signed you up for ballet, signed you up for dance class, signed you up for music class. What is your hobby?
Now your hobby just working, ain't it? Sad.
Working, clocking in, and going to bed crying at night.
Yes, just clocking in for work. But anyway, yeah. But this topic is really hard hitting because we're seeing this more and more. So that's why I brought you on here today to talk about it, because we're seeing it all over the internet, like guys, Black guys, and it's just kind of troubling to see your own kind, like your own, kind, basically bashing you, saying that we're loud and aggressive, and that's why they won't date us. It's completely
It's them, but it's even way beyond them because honestly, it's a lot. It goes down to your work.
Yeah.
It can trickle down to you even get into schools. Like it trickles down. This stigma is so deep rooted into people's head that it really affects us day to day, and them, they don't even think, it's not even a thought about us.
Right. And I feel like it's completely wrong. I mean, mind you, I don't care who a person date. I don't care what's going on out there and what your preference is. But I would say, like, as a mother, I would hate for my son, as a Black mother, to see my son anywhere shaming or stating that he would never date someone that looked like his mother.
That always does a lot for me because I don't understand. How can you say that, but your mama Black, your sister Black, your auntie Black, your grandma Black, everybody around you Black.
Right.
But suddenly they're undesirable, it's a lot.
Right. Saying, I mean, because for you to say that all Black women, I mean, what's the guy, remember the guy that was not too long ago, had stated that he wouldn't date. He's talked about a lot of Black women. I think his name is Daniel. What is his name?
Oh, you're talking about Daniel Caesar. He didn't necessarily do anything to Black women, but to Black people, period. He pretty much told us, what did he say? He said something along the lines of, he don't want Black people. Yeah, if you don't want to associate with Black people, and Black people was bullying white people, and he just feels as if that's wrong or something. He was something crazy. I mean, he canceled now, so ain't nothing else to say about him.
Wow. I can't believe that. But I read about something like that.
When's the last time you heard a Daniel Caesar song? It's been a minute.
I don't know. But actually, I think that was very wrong. I think brother got it really confused. Like, I can't imagine how his mom or who birthed him would even feel that a person would say something like that.
But, I think he had other deep-rooted issues because he was one of those guys, one of the Black guys who, there's a thing going around where, he always says that Black women didn't choose him because, he was different.
Right.
And that's the thing, like, especially like in school and everything, Black guys, say you're into something different, like anime. Black guys are going to be like, oh, they didn't like me because, I was into anime and I was artsy and I was into Dragon Ball Z or whatever. But that's not it. You were just weird.
Right. And it's okay to be weird, though.
Exactly.
Okay weird.
Own your weirdness. It's
okay
fine.
To be yourself, quirky and all of that. Because now, guess what? Look at it. Back in the day, yeah, I come from all of that, right? I come from, if someone acted different, yeah, you were weird and you were like outcast. I come from that. But nowadays, look at it now. Fast forward 2023.
Anime
it's embraced.
is in.
It's embraced now. So embrace your weirdness. But for a person to come out and just act like he done with the whole race or don't like black women. I mean, to make that statement, period, as a black man is completely wrong because your mother is black. So right there, that needs to be addressed in a lot of men. So mothers, talk to your sons about stuff like that, because and talk to them about loving their skin color and who they are. Because for a person to actually come out and say they don't like the black women and you're black, I think there's something wrong with that. And don't get me wrong, we all have our attraction toward who we want. But to come out and say you don't like black women, I think
it's a shame. It's a shame.
Awful.
Like Summer said, I want to start with your mama. She should have.
She should have whooped your ass. Uh-huh. Yes, definitely, most definitely. But on another tip, like on another note, where we're getting this from being ill-tempered, like we can't handle our temper, we can't handle anything, we get aggressive and things like that. Well, that's not all of us, you guys. We're soft, we could be gentle, we could be mildly tempered.
I feel like it makes us think it's the situation. It's also the person you're talking to. Not everybody is very vocal. It's just like any race, any human being, anything. Like right. you're gonna get right. different variations right. of people.
Exactly. That's just like I say, if a person has an issue or a problem and they talk to you about it, and then you have another issue and a problem with the same thing that you've done, they talk to you about it. How the heck can you expect a person to come and talk to you about it the same way, in the same mindset, in the same temperament, if it's the third and fourth time that you do something? It's very hard to.
But that's what everybody. It's not
just black women. Right.
Exactly. That's for everybody, and that's for everybody who has short patience as well.
Right.
People be having very short patience.
Right. And then what about have you ever seen this like in your workplace and things like that? What about that, Zari? Have you ever experienced anything like this in a workplace?
I've worked several different jobs. Currently, where I'm working now, I have in a way experienced this because personally I'm not very confrontational personally because I'm really not. I really like to keep to myself. I'm very if there's a problem, I try and fix it, and with the lowest amount of waves I can make.
Right.
So, in emails, even though I'm sending it to my manager knows I'm not very loud or anything like that. I still find myself rewriting emails to make myself seem a little bit more calm, or like even if I know she messed up on something or anybody's messed up, when I confront them or say anything, I try and make it as soft and low impact as I can, because I don't want to come off from the stigma of I'm angry or this email was aggressive or anything of that nature, any type of microaggression. I really try and avoid it. So I really do find myself, it's that deep rooted. I find myself rewriting emails to make sure everybody's feelings is intact and I'm not coming off any type of certain way.
See, that's right there. It's hard for me to hear that, because that's what I'm talking about. So somewhere down in your mind, you have to alter what you're saying.
It's like I've deemed myself aggressive in my mind, so I'm trying to fix it so nobody else sees it.
So you're trying. So in other words, you feel like, oh my God, if I write this, they may think that. So this is what I'm saying. This wind up playing a mental thing on black women, because now it stifles you to really say what you want to say. And you have to rewrite emails over to make sure, oh my God, am I being this or am I being that? And it's not even that. It's just that you want to make sure nobody feels like you're coming across as being aggressive. And to be honest with you, if you did not have that stigma on your back, there's no way you'll be rewriting emails, because they're going to take you as what they're going to take it as what you're saying. It's not going to be anything written behind it or looked past what you're saying to make it seem like something else. And see, that really bothers me, because that's because of that stigma on your back that you have to keep doing that. Me personally, I'm going to write it and deal with what I'm going to deal with later because that's just not me. It's not my character. But see how we all different because that's you. You're more worried about whether to say, oh, am I being aggressive? Or I just want to make sure they're not taking it wrong.
And it's a thing to where I work in a only, like, everybody on my floor in my team is white. So it is a thing to where, like, I'm the only person of color, period, on that floor.
Right.
Completely. So it's a lot for me to navigate in a way, which is not my only time being in the only white space. Like,
Right.
we're from Orlando, Oviedo area. Like, that's all I grew up with. But it's something to where I don't want to cause any ruffles.
Right. You don't ruffle any feathers. Yeah.
Ruffle any feathers. Okay. Correct.
Right.
Correct. Right. And it's weird because I also wear my natural hair out 99.9% of the time. And that's that's a whole other thing to where, like, I make sure that it doesn't, because my hair is big, it's big and curly. So I make sure it doesn't look too aggressively, like, out. And that's something that just is deep rooted in my brain to where that's why I pretty much stopped with the relaxers and everything, because you have to embrace your natural being and natural self. So eventually I'm going to embrace my natural emails on my first draft.
Right. Well, see, I think that, I feel like all women are the same. I feel like there is no difference between women, black, white, any woman. There is no difference between us. It's just the character trait or character a woman stands in. But like I said, I don't care who you are. If a person pushes you to be that person, to be that angry, or to be that aggressive, that's going to be any woman. It just depends. But you can't expect anyone to not react if they're angry. You can't expect them to not react.
You know what some of my favorite videos on Twitter
are?
Is the ones where somebody is getting on this black woman's nerve and they're pushing her buttons and they're trying to make her seem like the aggressor in the situation, but she's just as perfectly calm. And she's like, "Oh, sir, you're actually being really aggressive right now. Like, why are you being so aggressive?" And just to see the flip of the situation to where the people are just like, the people who are like triggering her and trying to take her to that place.
Right.
See, gets like flustered and gets upset, and they're like, "I'm not aggressive, you're aggressive." She's like, "I'm being very calm right now. Like, my voice is at the same level and you're just being very aggressive. I'm scared. I want to call the police." Those are my favorite videos to watch. It just tickles my
Yes, but it really does.
It tickles my soul. Like, it's just amazing to watch.
Yes, that is funny. But, and just remember, people, that it's a lot of people that just have a loud voice too, because I am a bit, my voice is always elevated. My voice is always elevated. However, that doesn't mean I'm confrontational. No, not aggressive. No, not. I am passionate when I speak. So coming from a person that has been in management roles, has owned my own business, has ran my own business, depending on that person and that woman, for me, I don't think that it has anything to do with black, white, or anything. I just think it's the person. And we got to also understand, guys, you're talking about mothers, single mothers that has raised kids by themselves. Grown ass men, parents and mothers has to raise by themselves. So some of them got to be harder than other women, but that does not mean that take away their sensitivity. That doesn't mean they take away their sensitivity. That doesn't mean they can't be quiet. That doesn't mean they're loud and aggressive. Now, you have people that will lose it, but that has nothing to do with loud and aggressive. That's a person that just has no control over their temperament. And that's two different things. I mean, because there's a time and place for everything. But I'll tell you this, woman, man, black, white, whatever we're talking about, anybody can be pushed to act aggressive, ill-tempered if the situation pushes them there. But we would like to think that people won't get upset, and we do need to, try and be more mild-tempered. But at the same time, we need people to stop acting as though it's one race.
Not we.
Women.
Yeah,
it's everyone.
It's everyone.
Right.
Everyone. Completely. And another video of mine that comes to my head is not a black woman, it's a black person. Mm-hmm. And do you remember this video of this lady? Mm-hmm. She's by this man's car, and then she's like, Can you get away from my car? Can you get away? He's like, and he's pretty much saying, I'm by my car. Like, why are you around me with your lavender? Do you know what video I'm talking about?
No.
He said, get away from me with your lavender. It's a perfect example of she being so irate. But if he was to be acting like that, it would be a completely different video.
Exactly.
If she's acting absolutely insane, but he's keeping his calm. He's, calling her with her lavender, okay? Mm-hmm. And it just shows she's just getting more and more upset because he's not getting upset. And in a way, we have to have that little switch in our head to really switch it on them for us not to seem crazy like
because
they.
Now,
but they have
out there like the Karens pushing us.
Exactly, and then calling the police.
Acting as though we did something.
Acting crazy with their little tears and everything.
Yes. Absolutely. I agree, because some people do try and push people. We have the Karens out there, and now it's so funny when you seeing things like this, and we're being the ones, like a lot of us are recognizing.
At first, people thought we were exaggerating, but now that's being filmed and online.
Yes, absolutely.
It is my favorite thing to see.
Absolutely. I've seen a lot of them that has been truly funny. And it's very ironic that now the video cameras or the phones are our safe haven now, guys. When people are already trying to say that we're angry and all of that, and now you're getting the Karens on video being the aggressor and being the loud ones, and
being the loud ones, being the crazy ones.
It's like turning
around
on them.
Have you ever been in contact with the Karen? I never have, not to that sense to where I have to record and everything.
Yeah.
But I've never seen it, but I wish I could see it I don't want to be a part of it because Lord knows I don't want to deal with no lady acting crazy. But to see it from afar and to film it is a dream of mine. Have you ever? I would love to just see it because these Karens are wild out here. They're doing a lot. Right. And I've never experienced it, but I wish I could see it from afar.
Right. Me too. That it's starting to be this way. But one thing I just want to make sure that we know, I want to make sure that Black women, like we are back to us. Black women, we are not loud. We're not aggressive. We're passionate about a lot of things we say. But I think men stop saying that it's Black women. It's women, period. And it's also got to do with the person itself. And it's men too. It's men too. So stop trying to act like we don't handle situations properly or right. I think it's the person in front of you that makes you handle a situation correct or wrong. I mean, it takes two to be up there. If a person's acting irate with you, it is based on what the other person is doing as well, because it takes two people to stand there. So me personally, I feel like that stigma should be on everyone, because it's not just Black women.
You making people mad.
You making people mad. So what do you expect? Someone to just act like, oh, nothing's bothering me. Nothing's this, nothing's that. Okay, no, it's not like that. It's not like that at all. I had a guy one time tell me, and this is why I wanted to do this topic. I had a guy tell me one time, a Black guy tell me one time, and I was at a job long time ago, about 10 years ago, had a Black guy tell me the same thing. The reason why he date Hispanic women or date other such and such women is because he don't date Black women because we are loud, or we get mad quickly and we don't control our tempers and things like that. Well, he went on to talk about the girl that he was with, and that was the last Black woman he was with, to talk about the 5 times he's cheated on her. Oh, and I'm thinking to myself, so she's supposed to stay mild-tempered and talk very low and be very quiet and That's why you think she's loud and aggressive? Because she is yelling and screaming? Sorry, I think she has a reason to yell and scream. 5 times is a lot. People get tired, and you say things more than once, twice, 3 times, or you're not being heard. What do you expect us to get?
But that's everyone as well.
Everyone.
It's not just Black women, and also we're not one dimensional. We're not just.
That's not just.
That's people in
That's people
general.
in general.
People in general. You abuse people. You emotionally abuse people. You do a lot to people. Some people just gonna snap.
Yes,
and boom, that's what you get.
Be mild-tempered after going
Exactly.
Through the same things over and
I've
over.
had, that reminds me of a situation to where I feel like we've all heard this before, especially if you're, I think, a woman. Of, oh, you talk so proper, you talk so,
Absolutely,
quiet.
absolutely.
I've gotten that my entire life, and I feel that's another stigma that, like, what is that supposed to mean?
Right.
I've had somebody tell me, and I've always heard this because I am generally more calm, and I'm very calm natured. Mm-hmm. Honestly, I really stick to myself, and I'm not the loudest human being you'll ever find. And a lot of times you're gonna be like, "What? Sorry, what'd you say?" To say it again. I'm very quiet in my own way.
You are.
And I've gotten that, you're so like calm. It's not. I've never had somebody like so calm, like a Black woman so calm around me. Like, y'all usually out doing the most. Y'all usually, doing a lot. And I'm just like, am I supposed to say thank you that you think that that Black women are loud and aggressive, and I just so happen to be the token one that's not?
Right.
Am I supposed to say thank you?
Right. Because you're not looking. You're not looking at that woman.
That's such a backhanded compliment, and I hate it.
Right.
Because I've gotten that so many times. Like, I've had people like, you're not like all the others. Like, you're just so calm.
Oh my gosh, really?
I'm like, what? What am I supposed to be jumping off the walls doing cartwheels entertaining you? Somebody figure it out.
Right. Absolutely. Yes. To me, that is an insult though, because that's you're trying to say that Black women do. See, that's what I'm saying. It's just not right.
You talk so proper. What am I supposed to talk?
I get that. You don't sound like you. You talk different. What?
Talk
different?
Like,
yeah, that's not right.
Somebody once in middle school told me I talk proper English. Like, I know proper English. And I'm like, as opposed to...
What? Right.
What? Like, we grew up in the same elementary school. What did you think I was going to talk?
Right. Exactly. And that's... It's crazy. But... Thank you guys for tuning in. We hope you enjoy this video. You can leave feedback. Please leave feedback. We want to know how you feel about this topic, because this is really not, it's not right. But we want you guys, please stop putting that stigma on us. Everybody, stop putting that stigma on us. Guys, people, managers, stop putting that stigma on us. We are not angry Black women. We're not aggressive. We all are not loud. It's not a Black thing. It's not a Black woman thing. It's everyone. It's a people thing. So, thank you for tuning in. This is Branch Up.
As Summer would say, I want to start with your mama. She the one who did it.
For all you Black men who think we angry, yeah, we're gonna quote Summer Walker on that one for you. Thank you for tuning in to Branch Up. We appreciate it. Have a nice evening. Bye.